Hey, it's time for another
Everyday Getaway.
and we're back in the kitchen.
Did somebody say dessert?
Yes, they did, and it is also Tuesday, but that's not why we're in the kitchen.
Nope, today is National
Pie Day.
Yeah, I'm not sure why National Pie Day isn't March 14th. For us math teachers, 3.14 is Pie Day, but this is the real thing. It's National Pie Day. So this is a bonus bake.
And what's better than a cake?
Pie. And what kind of pie is better than any other kind of pie?
Pecan pie. So that's what we're going to give it a try today.
I use a couple of different recipes when I make pecan pie, so I'll kind of tell you what I use, and we'll post these ingredients in the description of the video just because there's several things. So you need a pie crust. You certainly can make your own. We're going to use one that's already made, so it's deep dish. 3 eggs, 2 cups of pecans, and they're whole pecans. I'm going to use a stick of butter. It says either melted or softened. I normally melt it. I use a combination of sugar, so a cup of white granulated sugar and a half cup of light brown sugar. A cup of light corn syrup, and you can use dark corn syrup. I just like the light corn syrup better in it. Half teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of vanilla, and if you like cinnamon, you can add it. We generally don't. So I think that's all the ingredients. Again, we'll list those in the description, and we'll start whipping things together here.
Okay, so I set the oven to preheat to 400, and I'm prepping the crust here. It's just poking little holes in it so it doesn't bubble over. And I would like to say one thing is that my favorite kind of cake is pecan pie.
There we go. And this is at the pie crust. We've let it set for a little bit so it's room temperature before he poked the holes in.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my sugars. My brown sugar here. My corn syrup. I'm going to add my salt into this. And I'm going to add my butter into it. And then we're going to mix it all together.
And we've already melted the butter. So after we melt it, we let it set a little bit just so it's not bubbling hot. And then we'll wait until everything's mixed and cooled a little bit before we add the eggs.
Okay, so I got everything in there, mixing it all together before, and then I'm going to let it cool a little bit before I put my eggs in. We do not want scrambled eggs.
No, we do not. All right, Doug's mixture is nice and mixed. I'm going to add to it a teaspoon of vanilla and the eggs. Well, there we go. And we're going to mix those for a couple of minutes until everything is nice and combined.
So I put about half my pecans on the bottom of my crust. And I'm going to pour in my mixture here that we've been working on. And then once I get that all in, I'm going to take some more of my pecans and just kind of layer them up on top.
We're going to make it look pretty. So half of the pecans are on the bottom. We're just layering another set around to make them look really pretty. And we're going to put a little bit of the goopy stuff above, or poke these down. Well, that one's going to just take a bath. We'll poke them down a little bit. I'll see how much goopy stuff we have. We'll put a little bit over it. And we might poke them down a tad just so they're covered. And then we'll come back to you. Since the pie is going to be in the oven for a little bit, I don't have one of those pie covers that covers the crust, so we go with a little foil. So I'm just going to go around the crust itself gently. And we'll leave this on for probably 3/4 of the bake, and then we'll pull it off towards the end so that the crust can brown up a little bit on the edges too. And we do have it sitting on a pan just in case it leaks over a little bit. That's a little bit larger piece. I'll fold it a little bit. All right, pecan pie, you're going in the oven. Let's do your thing. Woohoo!
Okay, so I'm going to stick it in the oven here.
I'm going to cook for about an hour.
I'm going to set the timer for an hour. And we'll probably take that tin foil off in about 45 minutes. Hey, do me a favor. If you have somebody that you know really likes a nice, short, easy recipe, hey, share this video out. If you too want to celebrate Pie Day, even though it might be the next day, but you can celebrate with us. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. And hit that like button.
Our pie took about 50 minutes. Pecan pie is done when you got just a little jiggle in the center and it's kind of hot, so not able to jiggle a whole lot, but just a little bit of jiggle in the middle. We also tested it in the center and we're coming out clean. So we're just going to let this cool and then we'll give her a taste. It's pretty though. All right, Doug and Tammy here. Thank you so much for joining us today as we had our special pie day. And now we're going to test out this.
Let's give it a try.
Pecan pie. All right, that little bite. Nuts are really crunchy. The gooey stuff.
The gooey stuff is really good.
It's really good. It's
it's real buttery.
Buttery. It's got a little bit of brown sugar hint to it.
And the crust isn't bad for a store-bought crust.
No. And we did let it set up a little bit. Probably going to throw a little bit of ice cream on here, but good pie. We love pecan pie. This is a good recipe. We will drop the ingredients down in the description box. And if you give it a try, let us know. Let us know what you think about it.
And happy Pie Day.
There you go. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Join us next time as we try out a brand new fudge recipe.